Okay, guys, welcome to Basic. You guys, we were doing fractions last week. We just finished up. We were doing division of fractions. So next step to fractions is going to be when we convert fractions into decimals. Okay, it's a pretty basic process. We're going to start with just some basic numbers and show you how we convert a fraction to a decimal. Okay, so I'm going to start with 2 over 4. So if you get that, it says convert this fraction to a decimal. What we would do is we are going to divide the denominator, which is the bottom number, the 4, into the 2. So we put it like this. And we know that 4 is bigger than 2. Okay, so we're going to have to add a 0. So we put a decimal right by the 2 and put the 0 to the right of the decimal. So we always want to put the 0 to the right of the decimal. Okay, and then when we're doing this, the first thing you want to do is we want to move this decimal up. So we're going to put the decimal right there. And then it's just a straight division problem. 4 goes into 20 5 times. So 5 times 4 is 20. There's nothing left over. So our answer would be 0.5 or 5/10. And it's really that simple, you guys. All we're going to do is divide the denominator into the numerator. But the biggest thing is we got to make sure we put a decimal and the zeros are always to the right of the decimal. So let's do another one here. Let's do 3 over 4. Okay, so remember, we're dividing the 4 into the 3. So we put 4 into 3. And you're going to say, well, I know 4 is bigger than 3, so I'm going to have to add some zeros. So we're going to put the decimal there, and remember that the 0 goes to the right of the decimal. And we're going to move the decimal up, okay? First thing you want to do after you put the decimal in there is move it up. Okay, and then it's just a straight division problem. 4 goes into 30, it's going to go 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. There's 2 left over, so we have to bring another 0 down. Bring that 0 down. Then 4 goes into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Nothing left over. So 3/4 written as a decimal is 0.75. Okay. So the biggest thing, you guys, is just remember that we got to get this decimal here, and then the zeros always go to the right. Okay. Sometimes you might have to add 1, sometimes you might have to have 2. Okay, but we're going to do it until there's no remainder left over. So we got a 0 here. Okay, so let's do another one. If we do, let's do 1 over 8. So remember, we're going to divide the denominator into the numerator. So we do 8 into 1. Okay, 8's bigger than 1. We know that. So what we're going to have to do is add a decimal, put a 0 down, move that decimal up. Okay, 8 goes into 10 one time. 1 times 8. It's going to be 2. So we bring another 0 down. 8 goes into 20 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16. 20 minus 16 is 4. We need another 0. We're going to bring that down. Then 8 goes into 40 5 times. and 5 times 8 is 40. We have 0 left over, so we know that 1/8 is equal to 0.125. Okay, so you guys, the process is getting that decimal down and adding the zeros. And always we want to make sure we bring that decimal up. Okay, because when you forget that decimal, sometimes if we forget the decimal, we're going to say 1/8 equals 125, and you did everything right, but we just forgot to bring the decimal up. Okay, let's do another one. And this one's going to be a little bit different. I just want to show you what happens sometimes, and I'll show you how we approach it. So 3 into 1. So we're going to go 3 into 1. We know 3 is bigger, so we're going to have to add that 0. And we want to bring that decimal up right away. Okay, so 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. And we're going to bring, that's going to be 1. We're going to have to bring another 0 down, and it's 10. 3 goes into 10 3 times. And what's going to happen here, you guys, then we do 3 times 3 is 9. It's going to continue to be 10, and these 3s are going to go on forever. So what you would do is you would just put a line over that 3. And what that means is that 3 goes on forever, because if we did that out, it would be 0.3333333. We could do 2,000 3s, it's not going to change. What that means is a 3 is repeating. So 1/3 equals 0.33. Because if you think about it, if I asked you to split $1 into 3 equal parts, it's 33 cents and 1/3, but we really can't split that penny into 1/3. So for all intents and purposes, 1/3 of $1 is 33 cents or 33 pennies. Okay. That's why we would just put this little number up here, that, excuse me, not number, but that little line. It just means that 3 is going to repeat forever. Okay. So if you see that, that just means that number is going to go on forever. Okay. Let's do one more here, you guys. Let's do 2 over 7. Remember, we're going to divide the bottom number into the top number. So we're going to get 7 into 2. We know 7's bigger than 2, so we're going to have to add the 0. We want to bring that up right away. Okay. So 7 goes into 2 times. That's 14. 20 minus 14 is 6, so we're going to bring another 0 down. 7 goes into 60 8 times, and that's going to be 56. 60 minus 56 is 4, so we're going to have to bring another 0 down. 7 goes into 40 5 times. That's going to be 35. And 7 goes into 57 times. 7 times 7 is 49. This one's a little drawn out. 1, bring that down. And you would keep going until you got nothing left over. Okay. So sometimes you're going to keep having to add zeros until we don't get a remainder left over. Okay. Let's do one more. We'll do another easy one here just so you guys get the hang of this. Okay, let's do 3 over 4. Once again, we're going to divide the 4 into the 3. So 4 into 3. Put that decimal, add a 0, bring that decimal up. 4 goes into 37 times. 7 times 4 is 28. 2, we want to bring a 0 down. 4 goes into 25 times. So it's 0.75. Okay. So remember, you guys, divide bottom into top. Add the decimal. Move decimal up. And we're just going to add zeros until no remainder. Okay, those are really the 4 steps. We're going to divide the bottom number to the top. So in this case, a 4 into a 3. Add the decimal. Bring the decimal up. And then we just keep adding zeros until there's no remainder. All right. So what I'll do, you guys, I'll put some practice up today so you guys can get some practice on doing some of these fractions into decimals. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.